we have to cross here because of construction. And that's the construction there. And we'll just sort of do this. That's east that way, and that's west that way to the train station. That's a brand new building straight up. Morgan Lewis. I always think of Morgan Stanley Dean Witter, and I don't know if Morgan is the same Morgan. There's Morgans everywhere. So, anyway. Pico has the signage at the top here. It rotates around, and most of the, well, during daylight hours it doesn't. When you can see it at night, during nighttime hours, you'll see like the time and temperature after a bunch of advertising banners. So it is a little cold on my little fingers. I have my, you know, sort of fingerless gloves. I'm so used to it being mild out here, and I wasn't sure like how cold the 30-degree weather would be. Just because you'd be surprised. They'll say certain temperatures, and it's like, oh, it doesn't really feel like it. Like, is it a November chilly, or a January would be much different. The sun, of course, is a lot farther from the earth. That's old, you know, high school education and knowledge. But anyway, kind of forget about that stuff. It is applicable if you have to have something to say at a party. That's too funny. Anyway, please like and subscribe and share. Like, share, and subscribe is the usual verbiage here. On YouTube, I do actually worry about my future because of what I experienced. It's really hard to find normal work. I've sort of had to hustle, if you will, find gigs, you know, just pay for rent and food. And I was happy to find out this morning when I pulled on my snow pants, which have limited stretch capacity. I was like, I better fit into these things because I don't have very many options for cold weather pants. And sure enough, I'm about the same. So I'm happy to report that I don't spend a lot of money on food, and the food that I do eat is pretty light. Like, I eat tofu. I'll make different tofu types of dishes. On the luxury side, I'll get Morningstar for chick patties. I don't eat any meat. I do have some dairy with yogurt. Yogurt is too expensive in the non-dairy world, so I sort of have to acquiesce. And, you know, yogurt is kind of a staple. I went across my usual rules for non-GMO, and sometimes I get the powdered Slim Fast just to sort of have it as a breakfast. So you get the powder. I just add water. I don't add like a milk. I have almond milk if I wanted to create like a hot chocolate. You could do that, but I just you know, it's kind of a nice change. It has the fortified vitamins, minerals, all kinds of stuff in there, some protein, supposedly, like a protein drink would. But sometimes you get tired of, I drink so much water that it's like, this is nice for a change. It's a way to get in more water while being able to drink it, because sometimes you just get tired of drinking water. It's a laundry basket, if anyone wants it out in the snow and rain. That is 30th Street Station. It is about 8:09 according to that clock. Are we going in? Or so Joe Biden would take the train. My baby takes the morning train. He works from 6 to 9, and then I guess if you consider getting on the train as, you know, part of your work schedule, because find me waiting for him. So anyway, I was told to sing that, but it came up because I'm here at the train station, and we'll kind of cross on over. We'll just do the long walk here. So anyway, little tumbler here. Oh, it's a little like gas thing, for a little propane thing if you have a little kitchen stove and want to go on YouTube and create food videos like some people do. But anyway, Joe Biden, since the early 70s, was elected into senatorialship. He finally, you know, I don't know if those were his goals, but he finally made it to VP and president. VP, of course, from 2008 through 2016. And then, of course, president from he was president-elect in 2020, and then was inaugurated in 2021, and then he will end his term this coming January. He's 81, as I recall, or he'll be 82. Oh my gosh, he was 82 2 days ago. Oh, you can't even get in this way. Should we go around the other way? So we'll go back around. I think I looked up his information, not his actual birthday, but I noticed that his birthday, I believe, was November 20th, Biden's birthday. He's 82 now. And so, anyway, all those years in government, and you know, what kind of impact does that have on people who live in Delaware? I know I went through, my parents wound up in a divorce in the early 70s, then desegregation, of course, then this isn't because of him, but I wonder what was going on all those years. Then drugs were introduced to suburbs, more so late 70s, 80s. So here's the train station, and the men and women who died on the railroad. My grandfather worked for the railroad. It wasn't called Amtrak back then. It was, I have to look it up, it was like Pennsylvania Railroad. It wasn't Amtrak. They changed it to Amtrak, guess when? Early 70s. And he died 3 weeks after his retirement. Isn't that sad? He was an on-call lineman. An on-call lineman for the railroad. And he would, I guess, have to shimmy up poles or whatever. I don't know. He wound up with a scar on his stomach. His name was Louis Cassie Young, Y-O-U-N-G. So I guess it is 11/22/63. JFK assassinated on this day, however many years later. JFK's assassination day today. So they probably don't know that, but they would know a heavy presence was needed. Maybe also the Philadelphia Marathon's in. I have a little bit of a runny nose all of a sudden. So go on the side. Oh, they have a little escalator here, and elevator. All right, that's really good. Okay, go to this side. Thanks for your patience. How many years, you know, does Sharon have to be tortured? So, anyway, this was Joe Biden's almost project, wasn't it?